Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Gamedec. In the previous episode, we entered the Tree of Knowing. We found the AI that's controlling the tree. It kicked us out of the tree. Now we're back in our apartment and it looks like we're back at the start of the game with Joffrey Haggis hiring us. If you've been following the playthrough, that was our very first mission that we had to do. So Celia knows that something is wrong. Let's see what happens if we show up at Blue Whale Interactive. Here we are. There's noise behind the door. Let's listen. Raised voices from a man and a woman. They certainly didn't seem to like each other. I heard the crackling of broken glass. I can actually check, I think.
Go, Ken, go. You can do it.
The woman didn't pay me any attention. She wore glasses with dark lenses and she was watching something in them. Nameplate on the desk read Junior Customer Support Specialist. Let's ask what she's watching. You're watching something exciting, I see. Esports, good bats. Ken Zhao, God, I love him. He's in such great shape. Ken was playing? How could that be? It had to be a rerun of a past game. Such a shame that Ken is dead. His passing is a great loss for all the Goodabad fans and his friends. What do you mean? I'm watching him live right now. What, you believe the conspiracy theory that someone else is playing with his avatar? That he's too young and too gifted for that? Nonsense. Besides, he gave an interview at a press conference an hour ago. In Realium. I don't believe you. There were facts and illusions. The fact was that I saw Ken's dead body lying still on wet pavement. He wasn't breathing, wasn't moving, he was dead. Yet this girl, Haggis, should have her fired immediately. She was obviously hallucinating and delusional. I love Goodabats. Go watch their games for hours. They're real gladiators. They don't fake anything. Yeah, my Starlet doesn't get it. All she sees is their big ego. She pauses and looked at me from beneath her glasses. Was she testing me? Strategy. Goodabats players overcome pain to create harmony with their team. Like a perfect sync flock of birds, or a school of fish. Finally, I get a puzzle piece. Despite the agony they suffer, they're able to enact amazing strategies, knowing that it's inspiring, uplifting. Oh, we've talked too much. Please don't hold against me, but Director Haggis is waiting for you, sort of. She gestured with her hand as I heard a subtle gong. The office door was unlocked. Well, let's see who he's arguing with.
You are so pathetic, Jeffrey.
Either they didn't notice I came in, or they had more important things on their minds. Fuck, you're drunk. Keep saying the same thing over and over. You're wasting my time. Fuck off. You fuck off, hear me? Fuck off. Oh yeah, hey, they're going at it. Oh my goodness. I could unlock sensory celebrity here, but I don't want to because I am one puzzle piece away from getting Cracker, which I've been trying to get for the most part of the game. Let's clear our throat. Woman turned to me and covered her mouth. Haggis was angry. Fuck are you doing here? Here about the job? Oh great, L, get out. Gamedec, don't you have your own people? Or you don't want the company to know about your dirty business? You're so pathetic. She leaned towards me and whispered theatrically, that pig is rolling in money. He'll pay whatever you ask. Take advantage, honey. Take your stench and leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah, what a great couple. They get along perfectly. Let's be factual here. Ask about the case. I want you to find my dear Eleanor. Do you mean diginet on your computer? I'm impressed, Gamedec. There's no way you could have known about her. How? Glad your profession includes confidentiality. Yes, a diginet went missing. One created using a scan of my wife's brain from way back. I remembered the meeting in the Tree of Knowing and I shuddered. The diginet. She wanted me to find her. Oh, that was. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was wondering who that was actually in the previous episode. Find her, Gamedec. If you do, you'll never have to worry about money again. Let's demand a lot of money. Let's make this clear. Are you offering me a fortune? Kinda means I won't have to work for the rest of my life. Exactly. This could be your last job. You can still work, of course, but just for the sheer pleasure of being a Gamedec. Eleanor, my diginet, she never left her virtualium. That game was her home. Luxurious home. Spoke to her yesterday. Today she's gone, without a trace. I need to know where she is, what happened to her. Check for yourself. You can hook up to my computer, but I will be monitoring you. Can't give you access to everything, is that clear? No, I want full access. With all due respect, you may not know this, but in my profession, every detail matters, so full access would... Don't try to challenge my sense of responsibility, daughter. Don't. Eh? Did you just call me your daughter? How does that make any sense? Well, I have been in this thing before. So that I don't really need. Jars of glass. The Haggises could afford glass dishes. Why wouldn't they break expensive containers with all that money? Let's examine the glass. Smelled like berries and chewing gum. Saw part of the label Blue Mistress. It was embossed with gold on real paper and italics from the natural hillside of Belize. Took a holo photo and posted it online. Vintage was 2154. Okay, I struggle with numbers sometimes. Sometimes I read them. Like I was thinking, is it 45 or 54? Yeah, that happens all the time. I mix numbers. Bottle I had found here previously was from an artificial vineyard. The one that had been smashed here must have cost a fortune, literally. Right after I entered the tower, it turned out I wasn't listed in the security system. I had to go through the full registration process. According to BWI guards, it was the first time I visited the place. I had no idea why. I had been here once before. Indeed, very odd. So, let me access that computer. I saw Haggis' message before my eyes. Remember, I'm monitoring everything you do. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, let's check for traces of a break-in. Ran a few programs from my desk. As soon as they started scanning recent activity, I received notifications saying I had no access. There was nothing I could do. Haggis was monitoring and restricting me as he pleased. Still, I received a huge list of external connections. I could unlock Supervisor. Yes, I could unlock Supervisor, but then I eat up all my puzzle pieces, which I've been working so hard for. Man. Let's trace back to recent connections. I want Cracker. Period. It's decided. I analyzed external connections for the last 24 hours. Didn't notice anything special, but that didn't mean that there had been no break-in. Security system's design surpassed everything I'd seen so far. BWI spared no expenses on safety. Okay, check the safeguards. Ran a few security analysis programs. Alert systems activated immediately, flashing the BWI logo. I ignored them, got a fuller understanding of the security system. I'd never seen anything so complex and functional. Haggis realized I wanted to take a look at its safeguards and allowed me to. Let's... Yeah, you see? This is why I need Cracker. Damn it. Show authorized users. Who had authorization to access BWI secrets? Geoffrey authorized my request to display the list. The screen showed 2 users, Geoffrey Haggis and CEO John Naba. That was all Director Haggis allowed me to see. Could there be anyone else? Let's check the diginet's activity. The diginet had very restricted external access. Her activity was limited to local data, and mainly entertainment. All the movies, music, simple adventure games. After a while, I gained access to her logs. The most recent ones were suspiciously short. Okay, let's analyze those logs. Most recent activity was recorded just before midnight. There had been no entry since then, as if she had suddenly vanished. Without rushing, I analyzed the log structure. There couldn't have been manipulation. No one had messed with it. Let's check the architecture. Check the connections, computer-controlled couches in the gaming room, but there was something else that ate up a lot of resources. There was a private virtualium server, Eleanor's Sanctuary. Haggis had his own sensory world. Look for sexual activity? Or look for the diginet in the sanctuary. Man, I actually want to do both. But we're looking for the diginet, so let's do that first. Launched scanning apps. The virtualium space wasn't big, just a few rooms, an apartment of sorts. After a while, I got the results. Nobody was home. If she was in there, she had to be intentionally well hidden. I disconnected from the computer. So, what happened to the diginet? It's a little bit early to say. How about too early to determine what happened to her?
This is so embarrassing.
Alright, Haggis. Do you have anything? How about we share our theory?
Well, what do you have?
You're wasting my time, he
This is
says.
so embarrassing.
I actually am wasting your time, buddy. It's all about the money. Let's calm him down a little bit. I know it may sound trivial, but try to calm down. Your anxiety won't help. Yeah, it does sound trivial. Have you ever seen anyone relax after being told to calm down? Me neither. Okay, let's ask about this sanctuary. What is it exactly? How would you design a place for somebody you care about? Can you imagine being in such a situation? I made a place for her, an apartment with a beautiful view of the city. I also taught her how to modify it to her liking, to make her happy. And why don't you tell me something about your wife? There's nothing to talk about. She's a fucking alcoholic. Do you love her? What question is that? Get back to your investigation. Alright. When I came in, you were arguing with your wife. What was it about? She knows about the other one, about the diginet. Strange as it might sound, she's jealous of herself. The organic Eleanor was in fact jealous of her better version, not herself. That was assuming, of course, Haggis was telling the truth. What about, how's Fredo? Case in Twisted and Perverted wasn't easy, it still haunts me. Didn't he die? What are you talking about? Maybe I wasn't clear enough. I'm talking about how you called me in to save your son. He was stuck online. Turned out he was trapped in... What are you talking about? Is this some kind of game? Are you setting me up? Are you recording this? Stop, or I'll shit-can you. Director Haggis, I'll ask you outright. Do you remember me? I've never seen you before. How come Haggis didn't recognize me? I meet hundreds of people every day. My hobby coin tracks their names and hobbies for me. No offense, but you have an indistinct face and my device has no memory of you. An indistinct face, yeah, that helps me blend in as a game deck. It's a plus, actually. What about the net? You haven't seen me there? I'm pretty popular. I've got thousands of followers. Great, let's drop this strange subject. Get back to work, Gamedec. Tell me more about this virtualium. It's a real piece of art, believe me. I wish you could live there. Damn, I would live there myself if I had the time. It was designed by BWI experts. Naturally, they had no idea what it would be used for. They thought it was ordered by a third party. Who has access to the sanctuary? No one but me. No one but you. Here it is. Here it is. Finally. Finally, I am going to unlock this freaking thing immediately. I am a cracker. Finally. Damn, that took me a long time. Wow. Alright, let's get back to the conversation here. For the sake of the investigation, please allow me to assume that someone else might have been there too. Will help me keep an open mind. As far as security against hackers is concerned, I wanted to make sure that you cannot access a sanctuary from the outside. My computer is the only way in, and I assure you this machine is very well protected. Besides, why would anyone want to get inside? Just a small virtualium, nothing more. So who created the place might be important. People who were convinced they're designing a game level for an unknown client. Just like all similar jobs, this one had only a code name. Would the code name be 314 by any chance? When they wrapped things up, they gave me everything, as required by procedure. They have no idea what the purpose of the sanctuary was. So I should tell you of one more person that knows about the sanctuary. He has to know. He is the CEO of BWI. Mr. CEO himself. I suppose he does have to know everything. What kind of a man is he? Man of impeccable reputation, a genius and a visionary. He's the reason BWI has become the leader in our artificial intelligence industry. Could that be the Jester guy? He's the reason we have the Pygmalion and many other things. Dr. John Naba is a man words can describe. You'd understand if you met him.
Well, what do you have?
Do you have a hypothesis or not? She ran away? Really? Yeah, well, I guess that's the only option. I think Elna ran away. She was held captive, that's how these things usually end. She flew the coop, on her own or with someone's help. He's not gonna like this. Pity. I was hoping for something more concrete. But I'm a programmer, I know that some situations require more data. Enter her sanctuary and look for, I don't know what. It's your business. You like it there, it's a lovely apartment. Giving you access. There. You can use a couch in the gaming room. Go on, get to work. Oh boy, is it... Wait, shall we take the one that his son died on? No, that won't work. Let's try this. I didn't need a suit, I wasn't planning on a long session. Yeah, I'm gonna get trapped there. Something kept bugging me. Yeah, I need to make a deduction here about reality. There's events I already experienced. Haggis doesn't recognize me. The system has been reset and Kenzao is alive. Calm down, everything is fine. That is not what it is. This is a dream? Probably also not. Is it possible I'm in a sensory world, one that's meant to resemble Realium, something like Brahma? Maybe I'm still in the tree of knowing. How about I choose this one? I don't know how that makes sense, but that's what we're gonna decide. Was the only logical explanation. Yeah, I don't know how logical that is, but we'll see. It's really hard to... You know, if you're a Gamedec, even if you're playing Gamedec, to figure out which part is Realium and which part is a virtual world. It's gonna get confusing after a while. Take a deep breath. Yeah, let's take a deep breath. I inhaled deeply, exhaled, repeated the sequence, and managed to calm myself down a little. Suddenly felt my couch heating up rapidly. Yikes. Something's wrong. I died. What is going on? The pain was suddenly gone. I didn't feel anything. I was numb, blind, and dead. And deaf. I was just a thought. My digital body sort of disappeared. Okay, let's take another deep breath. Oh, wait a second. Didn't 314 say something about trusting instincts or something? I don't remember exactly. My body, if I had one, didn't move. couldn't feel my nose, my chest, nor the air that was supposed to fill my lungs. Felt like I was hovering in a silent, spaceless void. Tried to open my eyes, nothing happened. Still saw darkness. That is, if my vision was working at all. Virtualium I was in could have been deprived of a source of light. Still, I couldn't even feel my eyelids move. I wondered why I had stopped feeling anything at all. In states of sensory deprivation, my brain was supposed to generate hallucinations. It seemed the most probable explanation was, missing avatar? Everything pointed to there being no avatar for me in this world. Usually when you enter a game, you choose a skin to put on. If that menu was absent, you used your official skin. It happened automatically, but this world was different, it was private. Was it possible that Haggis had overlooked this tiny thing and hadn't activated the avatar choice module for me? Ooh, did he lure me into his sanctuary so that I become his new diginet? Oh man, that would be a good one. I couldn't open any menus and I didn't have a body. My abilities were limited to contemplating my own state. Something changed. Here's Jester. I was shocked by the beating of my own heart. I heard a rumble of pumping blood and snapping valves. I blinked. My eyelids fluttered like sails. Is that Genzao sitting there? I was somewhere. Definitely wasn't Eleanor's sanctuary. Oh, it's me actually. Oh, okay. Great, Ralph. You don't even recognize your own character in the game? I was somewhere. It wasn't Eleanor's sanctuary. Yes, that much is clear. Who is this? Something started emerging from what looked like a puddle. There were hands made of stone. A spherical metal object rested in them. Let's take a look at the statue. These arms belonged to a woman. Her fingers were slender and tipped with long nails. I noticed tiny veins on the back of her hands. Must have been more. I imagined the rest of the statue submerged in the liquid. Sphere looked like some sort of metal device. It wasn't fixed to the stone hands. I instinctively opened the deck of code analyzing programs, but the list was empty. Didn't have access to them. Okay, let's grab this. My touch activated the sphere and it flew up on its own. Its emitter switched on and displayed a silhouette resembling Eleanor. Oh, here we go. Welcome to Axis Mundi, Cylia. She sounded like a speaker from an ancient instructional video. I'm Eleanor's V-Ghost. I'll help you understand this place and how to find me. Okay, let's listen. You're in Axis Mundi, a place governed by special rules. Your programs won't work here. Great, I just unlocked Cracker. And you can't log out using conventional methods. The sphere in front of you is called Codebreaker. I created this program. It will open the paths of the Axis Mundi labyrinth for you. I need your permission in order to assign the program to you. Just say the word activation. Let's inspect the sphere first. I wanted to use one of my analytic programs, but there was nothing in my deck. Something here was blocking it. Assigning an unknown program to myself didn't seem like a good idea, but I didn't have much choice. Yeah. Okay. Activation. Codebreaker has several operating module programs that should adjust to yourself. It was made that way so I could only be traced by a human. You unlock each mode by acquiring an associated aspect. Aspects are one of this Virtualium's mechanics. Breathe deep, exhale with your mouth, repeat, breathe out faster, spontaneously, close your eyes. What makes you calm? Think of it. Let's think about something calm. I tried to find peace among the cacophony of thoughts by taking some deep digital breaths focused on my body weight. Felt a hint of blissful relaxation and a fleeting sense of happiness passed through my mind, quickly vanished. but it did calm me down. Vigos flickered and vanished. The sphere ascended and stopped above my shoulder. Codebreaker's light turned green and it cast a beam that generated a hollow projection. I see that it worked. Welcome back. Her face lit up with a smile. She moved naturally and freely. Her movements weren't mechanical anymore and her eyes looked more conscious, more human. I hoped she would answer my questions. Now the Codebreaker will follow you wherever you go. You can also engage in a slightly limited conversation with me. That would probably be a light bulb, I'm guessing. I'd love to speak with you. Yes, just remember that my utterances are limited for now. It's been designed that way on purpose. You'll get a fuller picture once you unlock the Codebreaker's remaining modes. Does the Codebreaker have a camera? Because I need selfies for my Instagram. Everything in my deck is dead. If I survive, I like to share this wild ride on my social media. The required degree of discreetness, obviously. It has such a function in analysis mode, yes. It also provides you with detailed, authentic information about observed objects. There's also influence mode, which can open many hidden doors for you. I suggest you unlock it next. Shall I tell you more about it? Sure. How do I unlock influence mode? Explain it to me. Leave this place and enter the labyrinth of Axis Mundi. It's a complex structure, but the Codebreaker will help you navigate it. Once you're in the labyrinth, approach the green monolith and touch it. You'll establish a link. You'll see it in the Codebreaker's light. Do this 3 times and the path to your goal will become clear. How do I encode paths in the labyrinth? There are monoliths in the chambers used for programming paths. Code can come in 3 colors. Each code leads to a specific location. Remember that colors can appear multiple times in the code. Sounds complicated, but it's simpler than it seems. You're a game deck, you should manage. Where should I go now? Enter the labyrinth, touch the 3 monoliths, follow the green path, it will take you to the mystery tree. At the tree again. There you will obtain the yellow aspect and maybe learn about the rules governing this world. I hope it helps you find me. So, I took the contract to find the diginet. I have a few questions about that. Yes, that's crucial. Who is she really? I don't know much about her. She's Director Haggis' perfect partner. All his dreams made manifest. No flaws, no anger, no pretense or expectations. All smiles and love. I'm conditioned to love Daddy. To meet his expectations, to wait for him. Didn't escape the sanctuary. I was placed here against my will. I discovered something horrible, so I had to hide. I hope you find me. And what's her goal? What is she after? She doesn't want to be here. Can't you see where we are? It's inhuman, a strange place. I want someone to find her and to help her. It's not dead. So where is she? Not sure where I am now. I set out to a place discovered by our mutual friend Ken. He called it the Fringe. It's a place between the borders of 2 sensory worlds. There's a crack there that allows you to jump from this world to another. It's the only way, for you as well. Okay, yeah, this looks like an interesting place. Damn. Well, I'm going to explore this Axis Mundi labyrinth in our next episode. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.